Good evening. On behalf of the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Shelbyville, it's my honor to welcome you to our graduation for the spring trimester of 2017. We want to say thank you very much for joining us in this night of recognition and celebration of the 2017 graduates. Thank you for coming out on such a bad weather night. We apologize for the slight delay, but when your speaker goes through 2 tornadoes to get here, it's worth the wait, right? So let's begin appropriately. Would you please join me with a round of applause for our graduates? We are so proud of you, and we want to thank you as a family for allowing us to be a part of their lives, training for their future careers, and for your support and encouragement each day that they attended class and they succeeded. We want to honor you this evening. On the back of your program, I do want to mention our graduation committee, the folks who made this go smoothly. My staff, Wilma Barnett, Amy Martin, Leslie Martin, Laura Monks, Bob Schwarzentrober, Melanie Terry. Those are the folks who began planning this way out in advance, and they make it go very smoothly. But also, before you applaud them, our faculty and staff who work very hard to make sure we fulfill our vision to prepare and help each student find a job. Would you join me in giving them a thank you and a round of applause? We're honored this evening to have a special person also to give opening remarks. He's my boss. He serves as the Vice Chancellor of the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, who oversees all 27 of our institutions. Would you welcome Mr. James King?
Thank you, Mr. Jones. It is a pleasure to be in Shelbyville tonight and to look out at this great crowd. And I know, Director, I'm going to ask you to do something that's not rehearsed, but I want each of you to stand up and face all of these people behind you and give them a round of applause. Stand up and face them. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Because I think each of you sitting out there realize that over the last your career here at TCAT Shelbyville, those people have been with you, they've supported you, they've put up with you, and so they're here now to honor you, and as the rest of us are. And you know, I can't say enough about this great faculty and staff we have here. You know, tell a quick story that a lot of people ask me, what do you do in technical education? What is a TCAT? And we try to get away from vocational education and all that. We're technical colleges now. But an automotive instructor told me a story one time years ago, and I've always remembered it because it fits what we do better than any one thing. And it's about a story about a guy like Tracy and I, Senator Tracy and I, that while we were in college, we had old cars that would barely make it around the block. And so guys like us graduate from college, we want to go to job interviews. And this guy was going to do that, and he had an old car that would barely run. And so I said, I need to get to this interview. So he pulls in to this automotive technician shop and says, sir, can you get my car running well enough to get this interview? Then I may get a new one. The technician raised the hood. He listened. He put a gauge on something. He twisted a few gadgets, and the car smoothed out pretty good. And the guy said, thank you. What do I owe you? The guy said, $101. The guy said, $101? Isn't that a little steep for twisting some gadgets? How do you itemize that bill? And he said, $1 for twisting the gadgets and $100 for knowing which gadgets to twist. And hopefully these faculty here have provided you with that knowledge, whether it's in machining, or nursing, or automotive, or truck driver. You would know properly which gadgets to twist when you get out in the workforce. On behalf of Chancellor Bortati and the Tennessee Board of Regents, we want to congratulate you for a job well done. So once again, let's give this group one more round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. King. Just want to quickly recognize two other special guests. I'm going to ask you to stand. First of all, our own home state senator, Jim Tracy. Would you stand, Jim? Thanks for being here. At Mr. King's office, Dr. Carol Puryear. She's the Assistant Vice Chancellor for Curriculum. Carol, please. I'm going to ask Mr. Jim Potts, our evening program coordinator, to come to our invocation as well as our pledge of allegiance. Jim.
Shall we pray? Our most gracious and heavenly Father, we thank you, praise you as our Redeemer, as our Creator. Lord, we ask that you bless these students who have reached this milestone, bless their family as they proceed to work, to a vocation, make a living. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to do that in this nation, the greatest on earth. In thy most precious name we pray. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. At this time, Mr. Tracy Marshall will present our Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. We are honored tonight to have a special guest speaker, Senator Mark Norris. Senator Majority Leader Mark Norris represents Tennessee's 32nd district, but as Majority Leader, he represents all Tennesseans, wherever they may live. He's a graduate of Colorado College, and he received his law degree from the University of Denver in 1980. After serving as a county commissioner, he was first elected to the Senate in 2000 and has been elected Majority Leader by his peers 5 additional times since 2007. Leader Norris has focused extensively on jobs and education during his state service. He sponsored Tennessee Promise, which provides last dollar scholarships to community colleges and colleges of applied technology. He also serves as on the State Labor and Workforce Development Board, where he focuses on ways to increase employment opportunities for all Tennesseans. He authored and enacted the Labor Education Alignment Program, called LEAP, in Tennessee, to engage key stakeholders in the public and private sectors in providing relevant education and meaningful employment. The WEEK program has now provided more than $18 million in grants to 35 post-secondary institutions, and College of Applied Technology is one, partnered with over 70 school districts and touched more than 19,000 students so far. Senator Norris also took this same can-do mentality to the national stage while serving as chairman of the National Council of State Governments in 2014. His initiatives, State Pathways to Prosperity, focus on several important factors in developing a skilled workforce, including criminal justice and reentry, veterans, nutrition, and child well-being. This holistic approach to workforce development has led to several other initiatives by Senator Norris in Tennessee. The Veterans Education Transition Support Act facilitates vets' transition to college following their service and encourages post-secondary institutions to provide additional customized service for veterans. This year, he sponsored and passed a STRONG Act, which provides last dollar scholarships for Tennessee National Guardsmen. Senator Norris has practiced law in Tennessee for 37 years and is special counsel with the firm of Adams & Reese. He and his wife, Chris, have been married since 1978 and live with 4 generations of family on their farm in Colorado. Will you please welcome Senator Mark Norris.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited to be here, not only because of the event, but because I survived driving through a tornado to get here. I'm just happy to be alive. And in your presence, this is a big deal tonight. And there are a lot of dreams coming true as we confer these diplomas. But I wanted to let you know something from my point of view. You are a dream come true to us here in Tennessee. And to me, personally, I've got a lot of statistics and data that I've decided not to bore you with. I just wanted to tell you a little bit of inside baseball about how the program from which you're graduating and some of the opportunities you had in participating came to be. It has something to do with ice cream. Everybody here like ice cream? I hope so. Let me tell you what I mean. It was back in 2012. I had an opportunity to visit a BMW plant in Munich, Germany. And there I learned how they educate their workforce, both in the plant and as a university combined with the plant. I thought, gee, that makes a lot of sense. And in fact, today we have similar facilities here in Tennessee. But at the time, that was a little bit of a novel approach. Folks could work, earn, and learn simultaneously on the job, get credit, actually be working in industrial manufacturing, advanced manufacturing on the line, getting credit, and also getting paid. And getting paid in a way that did not interfere with any scholarship funds they were getting. Well, I thought that was interesting. And shortly after I came back to Tennessee from that trip, Governor Haslam was doing a statewide workforce development tour. And he came over to West Tennessee, and I joined him for a meeting at the University of Tennessee. And the room was filled with good folks, and sort of had a roundtable discussion. And there was a gentleman in the room none of us had ever seen before. Had a ponytail pulled back, and big glasses. Folks were speaking and saying nice things that the governor would like to hear about how good things were in Tennessee. Finally, this gentleman raised his hand, and he said, I hate to rain on anybody's parade, and I mean no disrespect, Governor. I've only been here a few months. And he said, I'm with Unilever Corporation, and among other things, we make ice cream. And he said, I was just transferred here from a plant, I think, in Kentucky, to oversee the expansion of the facility in Tipton County. And he said, Governor, I've got to tell you, if we had known before we came here what we found after we arrived, we would never have come to Tennessee. Well, can you imagine how folks reacted in the room? You could have heard a pin drop. The governor leaned back and he said, well, tell me why. And he said, well, Governor, it seems here we can't find enough skilled workers or folks whom we could train to become skilled workers to do the job that needs to be done, to make ice cream. And he said, well, tell me exactly what you have in mind. And he said, well, quite simply, we need folks who understand basic math, folks who could maybe operate a Radio Shack TRS-80 computer, and also at the same time put together a coherent 3-sentence paragraph. I'm sitting there thinking, this guy is not making any friends, but it worried me. And just at that point, another gentleman raised his hand in the room and he said, I'd like to talk with you offline about what could be done. The three of us went out in the hall and we began to talk. And the question was, could we adapt our system in Tennessee quickly enough to custom build a curriculum to meet this company's needs? Well, the long story short is this, that we created what came to be known as Unilever University. We did build a custom curriculum with the help of a lot of the folks who are seated up here, by the way. And in 18 months, if memory serves, we turned out the 400 employees that Unilever needed to expand that facility. They're so impressed with the graduates of what is now known as Unilever University, UU, that they decided not only to expand, but to consolidate all of their manufacturing in the world in West Tennessee. It is now the largest ice cream manufacturing facility in the entire world. And they're impressed with what Tennesseans can do and are doing every day. So it was from that experience that I went back to the General Assembly and to the governor and to higher education and others and said, we need to institutionalize this. We need to brand this so that we can have this kind of collaboration that can customize education for meaningful results. And that's how we came up with LEAP. And I mentioned LEAP, the Labor Education Alignment Program, because in 2015, just a few years after my experience there in Europe and at the ice cream factory, that your school received just a little bit under $1 million, $790,000, I think. You are the beneficiaries of some of the equipment and the facilities that came from the LEAP program that year. But more importantly, you're the beneficiaries of the state's realization and the private sector's embrace of the state's realization that together we can align our efforts and make a real difference for the future of you, your families, and the state of Tennessee as a whole. So from my perspective, you are truly a dream come true. And the other part I wanted to mention is this. You're making history here tonight. And remember that oftentimes history is hard to see when you're in the midst of making it. But you are. The statistics here in the state of Tennessee are some of the best in the nation in terms of the increase in the number of graduates now from this college and others. And by the way, I want to mention Senator Jim Tracy, who was introduced earlier. He's our Speaker pro tem in the Senate, but it was just several years ago that he carried the legislation to rename our colleges of applied technology. They're not VOTEC schools. They too are colleges. You are graduating from a college of applied technology tonight. We've pretty much erased this distinction between education and higher education. It's all higher education to us. You may be embarking on your highest and best course of action for the rest of your lives tonight. That's your dream come true. And I think, as Chancellor King said, looking at the numbers here, I mean, we're at the high school because there are too many folks to do it at college. That's because your support group is broad and vast. And it is that way because that's the way we are in Tennessee. They care about you, you care about them, and we care about each other together. So when you look at the statistics, you look at the increase in advanced manufacturing, you look at increased employment, Tennessee is one of the fastest developing states now in the nation. And it's because of you, those who came just immediately before you, and those who will follow you here tonight after you receive your degrees. Well, that's the next order of business, ladies and gentlemen, the conferring of these degrees. And although I could stand here and would love to stand here much longer and attempt to regale you with other stories, I'm going to give way so that you can get on your ways to a very much brighter future. We are proud of you, we're proud of your families, and we're proud to be Tennesseans together. Good luck, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Norris, and on behalf of all of us in this room, thank you for your leadership on all these educational initiatives, making a big difference. Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing our Student Services Coordinator, Ms. Leslie Martin, who will now do the presentation of diplomas. Ms. Martin.
Administrative Office Technology, instructed by Dr. Gwen Bean. Sherry Wilson Bradford. Aricia Arbrion Harris. Latoya Renee Watson. Automotive Technology, instructed by Bob Schwarzentrover. Preston Blake Davis. Garrett Mayberry. Austin Blake McGee. Collision Repair Technology, instructed by Eric Brown. Benjamin Wesley Carrick. Micah Destin Keel. Joshua Ryan Sampson. Jalen Ravel Thompson Hay. Computer Information Technology, instructed by Steve Mallard, Mike Miller, and Walter McCord. Ms. Sal Alvarez. James Franklin Christensen. Cynthia Lenora Clemens. Michael Allen Copel. Shantasia L. Curry. Courtney Nicole Dixon. Joshua Thomas Dixon. Corey Blaze Filippo. Jose Anzo Ornales. Cameron D. Richardson. Caleb Wyatt Sarton. Justin T. Vassar. Frank Cameron Watkins. Computer Information Technology MTech, instructed by Steve Mallard, Mike Miller, and Walter McCord. Cameron Dion Anderson Murray. Cody C. DeGrasse. Jonathan Ray Haynes. Christopher Patrick Jones. Samuel Quentin Oliver. Evan Corey Pilkington. Elijah Samuel Theron. Drafting and CAD Technology, instructed by Dwayne Green. Brianna Christine Banks. Charles David Brown. Devin Lee McElhaney. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration, instructed by Gary Bailey. Nicholas Erberly. Industrial electricity, instructed by Shannon Long. Austin Tyler Bonner. William Edward Hopper. Mario Jimenez. William Cody Lucas. Ramses Ramirez.
Love you.
Industrial Maintenance Fayetteville, instructed by Keith Fields. Donald David Bartlow III. Jonathan Michael Richardson. Logan Patrick Stewart. Industrial Maintenance Fayetteville Knights, instructed by Tony Marbury. Michael Lorenzo Verdine. Blythe Wayne Farah. Gregory Ryan Holt. Industrial Maintenance Lewisburg, instructed by Mike Foster. Marquentes Quante Alderson. Austin Lake Beer. Mason Luke Bird. Alexis Elaine Davis. Dante Tyrell Horton. Jeffrey Dale Johnson. Zachary Taylor King. David Jordan Ray. Logan Taylor Ray. Lafayette Wade Walker. Industrial Maintenance MTech, instructed by Chris Cantrell. Alfredo Juarez. Daniel Wayne Prince. Industrial Maintenance Shelbyville, instructed by Butch Arnold and Sean Mason. Alejandro Altamira Romero. Eric Colton Anderson. John Charles Edwards. Industrial Maintenance UTSI, instructed by Randy Eaton. Brian Eugene Boland. Andrew Brian Paul. Nathan Ryan Hauser. Dylan Michael Johnson. Carlos James Lassiter. Randall Thornton Lovelace. Casey Jordan Mahaffey. Andrew Lawrence Pierce. Cole Levi Rogers. Corey Daniel Tiedemann. Michael Henry Waters. Industrial Maintenance Winchester, instructed by Jared Hale. Ashton Sway King. Philip R. Stoltzfus. Machine Dion. Eric Acosta. Dustin Wade Barnes. Thomas M. Edwards Jr. Chad Austin Prince.
I'll go ahead and give him another round of applause. With the graduates of the spring trimester of Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Shelbyville, please stand. On behalf of Chancellor Dr. Flora Tidings, on behalf of the TCAT Vice Chancellor Mr. James King, it's my privilege to confer to you tonight your diplomas and certificates. You may turn your tassel. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the graduates from Spring Trimester 2017.